Hello, this is Chess with me. Thanks for dropping in. I'm going to be practicing some tactics today as my continuation of my tactical training in chess. Hopefully, you did. Grab your coffee or whatever it is you drink, and, let's rock and roll. So, we're going to go through a few of these guys. I think I stopped on chapter 15 last time. Right. So, my process, as I will go through every time I do a video, I look at the board and then tell you what I see before I start doing any calculations, because I'm attempting to change how I think about chess. So, here we go. First thing I see immediately is the queen here is pinned absolutely to the king. Okay? Great. Other things. So, this rook is x-raying down this some way. Any of the threats, his queen, I don't know why it's a he. This, my foe's queen, is looking at these light squares, as well as here, and is backed up by the rook. All right. So, in normal principle stuff, if this piece is pinned, it means that none of these squares are actually protected. Nothing that the queen would normally protect is actually being protected, right? Hey, look at me draw all this stuff. So actually, the queen isn't threatening anything other than my queen. And then she'll get took, but it looks like a worse situation for me. Because I have double pawns and they have a passed pawn, which is defended. Okay. All that said, so this rook could slide over, relatively pinning this rook. This queen can't do anything about it, right? For example, let's say I went here. The queen cannot take my rook. Queen can take here. I can check. Now the queen is unable to block the check, so the king's going to do something, and I can take back. So I will have a rook, and my foe will not. Am I right? Yeah. Looks like I'm right. I enjoy being right. Okay. The next chapter. This says my chess coach apparently says this is an interesting one. Interesting one. All right. I'm going to do my best not to look over here. I have a feeling that that actually oh, you can't see that because the chessboard is blocking it. Over here, it's technically, I think, telling me what the moves are, and I don't know how to. Can I? No. All right. I'm not looking. I'm gonna do my best to not look. What do I see? What do your eyes see? Okay, a few things. My king and queen are on the same file. Queen is looking at this guy. My queen is absolutely pinned to my king. So, even though my queen is looking at my foe's king, really she's not. She's got nothing. She could take here, but that wouldn't be any good. Not thinking any about that anymore. This rook is threatening the other rook, as well as protecting my queen. Although my queen is not protecting the rook. Right, this rook, he's hanging out. He's doing some stuff over here. Interesting. We have a cross pin going on here, right? Meaning a cross pin. So in a future move, let's say my foe took my rook. Well, he's they. Why am I trying to change my pronouns? You know, for posterity. They're revealing an attack on their queen. So, the relative pin that I have on this rook means that the rook, while it can take my rook, it reveals a pin, or it reveals an attack. All right? My pawn is attacking here. My pawn would also be protecting my rook. So there's a check, forcing this, which means that I would get their queen. So I would have a queen and a rook. And a pawn. And they'd have a king and 2 rooks. Right, so let's say I were to attack here. So the king has either got to move, or you got to take with the rook. In the event they take with the rook, the king is still there. It reveals this attack, so I take the queen, obviously. Thing is, then they've got this, and I have a queen against 2 rooks, which I would... Oh, I'm not thinking about this all the way, am I? This is part of my problem. I'm not bad at calculating, but... Well, that's actually to be contested. I'm not bad at the calculations, but I make little mistakes. And kind of like in math or logic, which this is a logic problem, right? That little mistake really changes the game. No pun intended. So let's say I take here. Okay. The king's either got to move or the rook takes. Let's go through this step by step. Let's say the rook takes. All right. So that there's no more threat on the foe's king. I could take anything else going on. Sorry. Rook takes. Okay. I can take the queen. What I want to make sure to remember is their rook is under attack from my pawn, and my rook is under attack from their rook. So, if they take my rook, I get their rook. Which means they have a rook and a king, and I've got a queen and a king. They could do something like a check, which my king could start. I don't know if this is actually the best move to come here. My king could start, I guess, getting closer. They could keep checking, but I can get away. And at some point, I'm going to have this queen on him. Right? So this check, this rook comes over, saves the day. Yes, I could take here, but then I'm going to losing my queen. And that doesn't make it... Well, hold on. This check moves that way. Yeah, there's no reason for that. I take the queen. They have a choice. Save their rook or attack mine. Let's say they save their rook. Well, where are they going to go? Maybe attack this pawn. So now I have their rook. So they've got to take the rook here. My pawn, their rook is there, and my queen is here. I've got this attack. They slide their rook over. I can pile up on their rook. Thing is, they got a rook here now that can kind of harry me, but they're piled up here. My queen is here, and unless they move their king, this is going to be bad news bears for them, which means they lose a rook. So that's if they take this way after my rook goes this way. All right. There is another thing that I didn't really think about. It's this is just met with that, right? And now I'm like absolutely pinned again. This attack, king has to do something about it. Queen can come over. I could check, but kind of what's the point here, right? And now I'm in check myself. So I think this is maybe the move. Other scenario, the king moves out. Oh, other scenario, just takes with a pawn. Didn't think about that. Did you? Did you? Right? So the rook takes. The king doesn't have to move. The king can just stay there. And the pawn takes. That is interesting. So, I may have not thought about this completely through. I really want this to be the move, but I don't think it is. I think maybe, just maybe, that's the move. Maybe. C'est dangereux, for after this attack, I can't take the king back, and I think I'm just getting checkmated. So yeah, this is not the move. Queen can't move. There's a take here, of course, right? I said that before. This occurs. I got this free rook here. My rook could come up this way, but again, this attack happens. Okay. I like this cross-pinning action. They can't move this rook so long as my queen is here. Here and then there. How does the board look? Well, I've gained a pawn for a rook. Not so great. They're in check. Take with the pawn. Yep. And now this king has this line open, but it's being blocked by my queen. Or by this pawn. And the queen can't move. Is there another pin that I could do? Could I pile up on my rook? Does that help? I also have to be leery that the king can just take my rook. So let's say I pile up, meaning I protect this rook. King can't take it. If this happens, boom, I've got the queen, and even if they take the rook, there's a check here, impetus, and I'm up. So maybe this pawn. Now, let's say I move up the pawn. They're probably not going to want to move this way, right? What happens here? They could take this way. So now my queen is being attacked twice. This take, that take, and then this take is no good for them. They don't really want to move this rook, do they? What they want to do is take the queen. So if I pop up this way, they could just take the queen. I'm in check. I come back. They've got a check here. My rook is absolutely pinned, and that looks really bad. So this waiting move doesn't seem, it's not a waiting move, but that stalling move, no action, doesn't seem very good. It says this is an interesting one. I'd say this is a hard one. Now, I don't want to give up my queen. Why? I have an existential fear of losing the queen. This means they're losing a pawn, but then I'm in check again. Again, they can flank my king. Something I hadn't thought of. Technically, I'm x-raying that rook, so I have relative pin on this rook. Yeah, this is a toughie. I could unpin my king, but then I get taken, right? A little bit of tempo here, and this just all falls to pieces. It's not a king move. It's not a rook move over here. I think it's either this rook or this pawn. Those are literally my only other pieces. So, you know, it's a process of elimination. Interesting. So let's say I take this rook here, right? and they come back retaking with their rook. So similar situation. I got a relative pin on their queen. They have an absolute pin on my king, and they're doubled up. So boom, and now boom. This check. They can't take it back this way. They can take with the king here. But I don't have anything to follow it up with other than this, which they could just move back. They could take, but boom, boom. I would love to attack their queen, but they're just going to take here. And once I move away, take here. And it's all bad news bears. All right, I think I'm back to square one. I think this might just be the move. It forces. Other than this move and this move, I don't have any other forcing moves. And this seems like a situation that I've got to have forcing moves. Okay, so this just loses the rook. I think this has got to be it. Let's calculate. I take here. Check. They've got this option. They've got move the king back option. And they've got reveal this pin option. It seems like taking with the pawn is the way to go. So I've lost the rook. I've gained a pawn. And here's my pawn here. Doesn't seem like that much has changed. I think something has changed, but the situation on the right side of the board hasn't changed. But I don't know if I see anything else. There is, of course, taking here. Wait. Let me finish. Boom, and now boom. So I don't see how I benefit from that. Because I can't. Any move with my king, I'm going to lose the queen. And then quickly thereafter, this rook. And I'm not really sure, like, yeah, I'm getting this open. As in, like, if I could get this rook there and have it protected, that would be really good. But I'm not really sure how that would happen. You know? Attacking here, the king could just take. I can attack there, the king could just take. Right? And I'm going to lose this guy, and this guy's going to come quickly. Forcing move here, just takes with a pawn. Now what? Take here. Take with the queen, check. Move back. Or take here, just take right back. Take here, or attack there. Maybe that is it. Maybe I didn't calculate this right. Attacking with the queen. What does this person do? I don't see the queen being able to check the king without coming here, right? So it's a king check. I take back. That may be it. Here, what are the options? He either takes with the queen or he takes with his rook. Let's say he takes with the queen. I'm sorry, let's say I take here, sacking the queen. Let's say he takes with the queen. Well, the queen gets taken. he's got a rook here. His rook, my rook. I attack here. Why would he attack with a queen? Let's say he takes over here. I can take back, boom, check, and now I'm here. It doesn't seem so great, right? Here, here, okay. Boom, boom, boom. He's got a queen, I've got a rook. And now he's got a pawn. Boom. It doesn't seem very good for me. This is an interesting one. Agreed. Watch me for 20 minutes labor on number 17. All right. How are we going to do this? I keep on almost looking over at the side where the answer is literally standing there. If you figured it out, good on you. Okay, waiting move. Boom. Check. Here we go. Check still. Here we go. Queen comes here. I don't think this is possible. I'm going back into my old way of thinking of all tactics like trade, and not paying attention so much to the board. I think I had a really good idea here with this pen. And then the cross pen idea here. Right? But I don't know how to capitalize on it. Yeah, I think this has got to be the move. It's the only one that I see goes anywhere. But after this pawn attack, I don't know what to do. And I'm kind of like, well, why did I just lose the rook? Like, why not just take here and then all that crap happens? You know, the queen and this rook are going to be gnarly. Boom, boom. Okay. Situation is the same here. I can move back. This gets taken or this gets taken. Yeah, I'm just worse. The only other thing is, so that principle I was talking about before, this rook is technically not, it's relatively pinned. So unless he wants to lose his queen, the rook cannot move. It's got to stay on this file, or this column. So this isn't really a thing. Meaning if I come here, I'm setting up that. Right? So if it's this, he can just take my queen. I come back. Now I'm attacking his queen. I've got two rooks. He's got a queen and a rook. This pawn is here. Let's go here. Was that right? Oh, okay. So this is what it's saying. Huh. It's saying B6 check. B6 check here. So it's saying rook kills E6. This happens. I didn't see that at all. So that is the pen. I'm using the pen against them. Okay. King takes. My rook can move, piling up on this rook and absolute penning it to the king. Ugh. Queen there. Man, that was rough. That was rough. I did not get that one. So I said here. And yeah, this doesn't work, does it? I was thinking this. I guess he can come there. And then I lose the rook. No, what am I thinking? He wouldn't check. He could check. Maybe here. Yeah. And then I have to come here, and this is all checkmate, right? Okay, so that would be a bad move for me to do. Seems antithetical. Come here, sack the rook. Brings back the rook. Now my rook is freed, and I can do this pin here. Now he doesn't want to come this way because that is gnarly, right? Let's say he comes that way. I check. He's got a block with the queen. This happens. This happens. And now it's checkmate this way. So he's got to take with the king. And now I've lined that up. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So my mindset has got to be, see, this is what I was talking about. I'm thinking tactics, trade, and that's not the way to get to this, right? I need to think, I had it right on this relative pin, and I had this idea, right? Wouldn't it be awesome to get the king there? Because I've got this rook here. And also technically the queen there, but she's not doing anything because she's absolutely pinned. If I could set that up, how can I set that up? We got to get the rook out of the way. Okay, he takes back, obviously. Boom. Now his king's got to come here. And now I can set this up. Right? He can't take my queen. That's gnarly. He's got to take the rook. Boom, boom, boom. Phew. Only got a couple. Well, I only got one today. That was a tough one, y'all. Very tough. Okay. Tell me what you think. How quickly did you get this one? Did you get it super, super fast? Did you get it at all? Were you like me and you were like, what? Cross pins. We're getting into some gnarly stuff, some interesting stuff. All right. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks to the Patreon people, Ember Ellaria, Natalia Cline, and James Johnston. Of course, hey, check it out. If you like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, leave a comment. It helps a ton. Share with your friends, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. You know the drill, y'all. You know the drill. A peace.